Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Here, my spiritual guide, the Tesla of audio card. We're going to take a look at Popular Mechanics, June 1984. I love this retro futurism. Like, will you look at that frickin' thing there? Why did they want to make it? What purpose would it fulfill? And why didn't they make it? That's kind of the fun of the whole retrofuturism image. It gives you an idea of what we thought the future would look like. It's a dream, just like as we were children, we'd draw the crazy kind of trucks and RVs that we would own and drive. At least that's what everyone in my class did. Whoa, imagine making a 0 point landing on that thing. And here we get Speed Stick, such an interesting advertisement for such a mundane product. I was kind of curious exactly how much they filled it with, because these days it's it's like that much product in it, right? This guy's actually advertising car belts, which is kind of fascinating because these days if you need a belt change, you just go over to your mechanic, right? You never go to your mechanic and say, "Hey, make sure you get this kind of belt," right? I love these advertisements. I didn't think that I would see them in the 80s. I believe I've seen these in the 70s. They must have been selling these for some amount of time. Because the thing about these phones is they would have legitimate graffiti on them, but you could pay extra money. Yeah, right on. Check it out. Deluxe Chrome with Ringer. Very nice. All right, I feel like a real silly goose. Radio Shack, a division of Tandy. Tandy and Radio Shack were a thing? I had no idea. No frickin' idea. Anyways, what does Bob have his screwdriver out? Bob, do you know what you're doing with that? Bob, put it away. Does your doctor know you have that out, Bob? Legit though, that phone is pretty snazzy. If I saw that at a secondhand store, I might have to pick that up. My folks actually use landline. Oh, you got the old school radio on that. I wish I had the old school flip timer though. It'd make it perfect. I don't trust the smile that woman's got. I don't trust that smile. Can you guys remember being so young that having something like this was just the cat's tits? That's it. That's it. Man, one day I'm going to be a grandpa and I'm going to get my grandkid one of those things. Even if I got nothing but a bunch of girls. It's just a bit of dirt and dirt don't hurt. Oh hell, and this is why. It's an awesome magazine. You can free almost put it together yourself. Cars that you wear. Opel Jr., 11-foot ideal car has seat upholstery that unsnaps and becomes sleeping bags. There's just something remarkable about the advertisements of the time. They're very imaginative, very artistic. You just don't find you just don't find anything like it. Of course, lots of advertisements for cigarettes and alcohol. Why suffer with rotary torture when you can just get the cows out? Or get something new? Oh boy, I'm building a boat. I'd better have some cigarettes right next to it. That's what we do. That's rich white people. We have smokes and do things like this. So every now and then I get flipping through these books, and this one particular that makes me look at this something and just makes me think, have I been living in a cave my whole life? Like, this is an oil can, right? And I'm guessing this is an attachment that just flips on it and it just pops something. And I've never seen that oil can before. I've never seen that attachment before. But as an attachment, that seems pretty frickin' cool. As a mechanical thing, I would love to see like my grandpa or something bust one of those out, just pop it open and top something off with it. You know what I mean? I almost feel like I'm missing out on something for never seeing one of those used. So yeah, if there's any older folks watching, wait, is that a Dodge? Oh, I don't trust Fords. Anyways, if there's any older folks watching, feel free to bust my balls in the comments about this stuff because I am a computer guy looking into this from the future, and I'm definitely not manly as this poof. Do you guys remember back in the day? I don't think kids any younger than me will know what it was like to set up a tent and there's poles. Not the kind of poles that easily attach, but poles that you have to put together in a particular way. I really think camping back then was a giant pain in the ass compared to what it is now. Are there any Jeep guys out there? I want to know what's up with the Jeep. They were reliable once, but then like the Cherokee, they're not so reliable after a certain point. Like I know different vehicles at different points switch their reliabilities. The Jaguar back in the day, my dad always told me if you ever took a Jaguar anywhere, you got to make sure you tell someone exactly where you're going because you might break down. I told that to a friend who was in the newer Jaguars, and oh man, the face he gave me. He was so upset with me for saying that. Apparently, new Jaguars don't have that issue. Anyways, over here, taking a look. This is so 80s. So 80s. Robots in disguise, Pennzoil. There was an innocent time when you could put a camera on the end of a gun holster, and someone could see you doing that and not think, oh my god, he's trying to kill someone. We'd better call the police. There it is, a timing gun. I need to find one. Those things are chrome and sexy looking as heck. I bet the only time you'd actually find was one is in an old folks person's garage. Man, what a pain in the ass to have to buy technology that either you might only use once or all of a sudden the car upgrades and hey, you don't need your timing belt gun again. Holy hell, what did they do before timing belt guns? Man, I really wish my grandpa was still alive to answer me these questions. Just something about these ads. I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. They manage to make things look futuristic and sparkly in a way that I just can't enunciate. Why would anyone want to do drugs when they could just mow the lawn, Bobby? I tell you what. My dad once told me that a true Cuban cigar was a roll on a thigh of a virgin 16-year-old whammons. I don't know if that's true, but I do know I've never been able to smoke one on my own. Holy hell. I don't know how guys do that whole thing. Like, I can smoke one I like that much, and I'm tripping balls for the next hour and a half. Check this out, a piece of technology no youth will ever use because they have no idea how to use anything of manual labor of use. I mean, legitimately, I think for a lot of youth these days, it would be considered particular hell to be asked to dig fence holes. Now this is the real shit. I gotta say, as a tech guy, this gives me the feeling that the world is ahead of us, or back in the day that the world would be ahead of us, with all of these interesting little things that we can do, all these little interesting little devices. The Heth kit. I keep saying it. It's either Heath kit or Heth kit. And with one of these things, and with a Heth kit, you could build your own, whatever. Wait, why does the thing have an antenna? It must have a radio on it or something. Anyways, the advertisements again. The advertise. So I'd be in a doctor's office, bored as hell, and in Canada, legitimately had a waiting time of 3 hours when I was younger. And it got better, but not mine. Anyways, you'd be sitting and I'd be checking out these magazines, have no idea what any of them are, and I would have to stop and look at this advertisement for a spark plug. I have no idea what any of it is, but just the image of it is like, whoa, it's worth stopping and looking, even if you can't comprehend what it is. Holy hell, that thing was supposed to be able to do frickin' crazy barrel rolls and shit. Oh, they were trying to push the Harrier to Mach 2. I don't think they ever got away with that, though, did they? Like, legit, I don't know much about Air Force, but I'm pretty sure that the original is still in use, but I never heard of the other one. Oh, hell, I wonder if these are one of the engines that they're on the fourth version of and they forget how the hell they made the first version. Don't really care, but oh, that art is beautiful. Hey, check it out. They're talking about 3D movie making. That is so cool. Yeah, you need the double camera. Frickin' hey, lovely. Oh, I'm so happy. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to go through this one. Huh. The glasses had to be wired. Build a shed for your wife so that you have something to do while you're fighting about your kids. Sterling Special Blend, because you've probably got a lot of money. And that's it for me. Have a good one, folks. Take care of each other, legit. Feel free to leave a comment